Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi Battle. For all those who watch this the first time, hi, I'm your host, the Prodigal Legion 723, and welcome to my Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi Battle. I will be having a Pokemon X, Oras battle quite soon, but thing is, I don't actually have a recorded one yet. I have a game where I was destroyed by Squid Prince on YouTube. Go and watch it. It's like, you know, every single first time you do something, it's disastrous. It's like losing your virginity. And I lost my virginity in Oras to Squid Prince, and he just kind of destroyed me and raped me and all that shit. So anyway, I'm going to use my finger to see if Astinos really pricks in 3D. And I'm going to go for a power whip on this golem that set up stealth rocks on my face. And did I say Happy New Year? I think I did. And it holds a red card at me because I tackled with 2 feet on the striker. As you know, the soccer. Just get the notion. Anyway, sorry. So I'm going to send in Lady Gaga because Lady Gaga is something that someone uses to mock me with. I'm not going to say her name, but I'm going to use Lady Gaga to destroy Golem. Now that thing is out of the way. And I have to find a way to clear off the stealth rocks, but I won't be clearing these things off because I have nothing at all to switch them off. But speaking of switches, this Rotom thing is going to go for a Volt switch, and it is going to be a pain in the ass, and I'm going to have to send in my Shedinja. No, my opponent is going to send in their Shedinja and predicts like a boss and just takes a Moon Blast. I mean, if you take a Moon and you throw it on a dead Bug's shed shell, it just doesn't die because it's already dead, so why would it be affected? But anyway, I'm going to send in Muret because Muret can, the reason why I sent in my Muret is because I predicted my opponent to go for maybe Honclaws or Swords Dance, and since I am the obviously cool, amazing, unaware set, I just don't care. So anyway, he goes for the Toxic, but unfortunately, wouldn't it be great if Unaware did not affect poison, toxic damage as well, like a Magic Guard sort of thing. Anyway, so I'm going to go for a yawn, just to shuffle my opponent's team around left, right, and center. And unless you want your Rotom to sleep, you will be forced to switch. So that is why my opponent goes into the R5 unit. And they switch into the Shedinja, and this thing is annoying. I hate this thing, apparently. But anyway, I have Astinos, I can wall this thing, but I do fear the Will-O-Wisp, but yet again I don't, because I have Florges around Lady Gaga, because it can just, aromatherapy and soothe my burn on this spiky son of a gun. Anyway, but no problem, because in comes Meloetta. And ladies and gentlemen, I make Meloetta my personal bitch, because you will soon see why. I set up my Stealth Rocks, meaning that Shedinja cannot switch in here. So as long as these things are up, Shedinja does... It's like practically my opponent is fighting with 5 guys, provided that the Shedinja is out of here. So, thing is, ladies and gentlemen, that my opponent also packs Blastoise, and we all know what Blastoises pack nowadays. But I prefer Starmie because it is faster, therefore it, kind of guarantees that the Stealth Rocks go away first because it has high speed. But anyway, I get off my beautiful Leech Seed and Stealth Rocks and whatnot. And I do know one thing about Meloetta. I'm not very familiar with this Pokemon, but I know that it likes to pack close combat, and I really don't care. You can go for the Relic Songs all day long. You can just take a Pentagram and, make hair out of it. But at the end of the day, Meloetta, I think that we all know that Muret can take hits from you. And the funny thing is that Muret is not even an OU Pokemon. It is UU, and if it did not have the Unaware ability, it would be useless as shit. But anyway, we all love you, Quagsire, because you're an amazing Pokemon, and I like using you. I really like using you, but Clefable is better. Anyway, I'm being horrible. I like Muret. You were my first Unaware Pokemon, and that's how it's going to be. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake because my opponent is not going to be switching in Shedinja. I don't think that my opponent predicts the switch into I don't think my opponent predicts the switch. No, you know, doesn't predict the earthquake to go into the rotom, but I really think that my opponent wants to go into Blastoise, really to get these rocks out of the way, so they will take the earthquake. But my opponent must have predicted me to have waterfall instead of earthquake. That is why earthquake is better, because 100 base power, and it is more awesome to use. So anyway, you have to go for rapid spin and hurt yourself on my big thorn, because that is what Astinos does. Ladies and gentlemen, Astinos is the bane of existence to many Pokemon and Poketubers. Look at the insane gamers. He knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, but he always burns my Astinos, which is not fun. So anyway, I get up my Stealth Rocks, but it already switches into Shedinja. So I'm thinking, how am I going to get rid of this son of a gun? So my opponent goes for the Horn Claws. I'm like, okay, I can't switch out into Muret and, yawn him out, because I do not care about the stat boost. But I'm like, can Leech Seed take this thing out? I'm like, yes, it does, because it is not. I once saw in a Pokemon battle that Toxic and Will-O-Wisp can take it out, so I'm like, why not Leech Seed? And it actually works, which is fantastic. So my opponent has to switch into Meloetta, and Shedinja is out of the way, and my Stealth Rocks are still up, which is fantastic. So my opponent goes for the Relic Song. Not that I care, but you know the drill. I'm going to go for Leech Seed, and my opponent is going to get Energy Sapped. It has a Shell Bell, one of the most useless items in existence, according to me, because lefties are better, because they go last, and they are very much more important than a Shell Bell. But anyway, I'm going to get some HP back, because that is what Astinos does. It takes your health away, it doesn't die, it doesn't care, because it's a Ferrothorn and it does what it's supposed to do. And my opponent is going to go for another close combat. I have brought him in my rhythm. Babe, if you're watching, this is what I'm talking about, getting someone in your momentum. Yes, I'm teaching my girlfriend how to play Pokemon, but anyway. My opponent goes for an HP, I don't know what it was. Ice, I'm figuring. I believe it's ice, because it is widely used, but anyway, oh well. So I have the Leech Seed going on here, which is good, and I also think I have lefties, but anyway, not that it really matters, because I'm going to go for a recover anyway, because I know I can take a close combat, provided that it's not a critical hit. But oh well. So in comes the R5 unit again. I mean, like, didn't just Owen sell you away for R2-D2 because you just blew up and you just disappointed everybody? Because whoever watched Star Wars knows what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna send in Astinos, because I can pretty much wall this guy here. Even if they want to go for a Will-O-Wisp, I don't care, because I have Florges around, which is untouched. Sorry, not Florges, Lady Gaga, because she is untouched and she can just aromatherapy everyone and cure burns and whatnot. And you're, even if you're an alcoholic, I believe that, Florges's aromatherapy just pretty much heals everything. So anyway, Meloetta, has been Astinos' bitch all day long. You've seen how Meloetta has been whittled down to the last by this Astinos. I could just stay here all day long, but no, I'm just gonna stay, and take the close combat. Not that I really care, because it's not gonna do a whole lot of damage, because I'm a Ferrothorn and you're a Meloetta, and it's not stabbed, I believe, at this form. I'm not sure what type it is. I used to think it was Psychic, but then I read it might be normal. I'm not really sure. I'm not studying Pokemon the way I should, but oh well. I suck at this game, so anyway. Meloetta dies, which is good, because I kill another one with Astinos, because this is what Astinos does, ladies and gentlemen. He just kills stuff and just doesn't care. So anyway, my opponent is going to switch into a Hexorus, but we do not care for Hexorus, because we have the Leech Seed, and we all know what Hexorus does. They go for the Dragon Dance, and they just, start spamming Outrageous and stuff, but I resist pretty much every hit they have, Hexorus, unless they have a fire move, but they don't have fire moves, so we don't really care. We can just hit here every day, all night, sorry about that. All day, all night, we can just, take on Hexorus, no problem. I haven't slept for like 2 days. That's why I yawned in the middle of a narration, which is why I'm horrible. So I'm gonna go for a power whip here just to whittle it down, which is not too effective, but I'm gonna get some health back. Look at Astinos, ladies and gentlemen. Does he die? No. Astinos does not die. Astinos is a monster, just doesn't die, just doesn't care, because all it does is takes your HP. He can even take your girl away, because that is what Astinos does. He just takes stuff without asking. That is why he was in 300, that is why he's a Spartan, because Leonidas told him to take, give them nothing and take from them everything, and that is what Astinos does. That is what my Ferrothorn does. I believe that this nickname suits Ferrothorn perfectly, because it just takes everything away from you, takes your happiness away, takes your will to live, and yeah, so we don't really care at this point. Because, come on, my opponent goes for the Outrage. I could have stayed in with Astinos, but I didn't want to take an Earthquake, because, come on, it would have sucked. And, so I fodder off my Muret here, because you did a great job, Muret. You just walled stuff as much as you could. So I send in Sakura, so I'm like, I have a Focus Sash. I'm like, no, you have Stealth Rocks. I don't have a Focus Sash. I'm going to have to switch out here. And mine is shiny, mine is cooler, and I managed to show it off. So, yeah. I also have Haxorus, by the way, I never use. Don't ask me why. I'm going to use it, I promise. I'm going to send in Lady Gaga, because Lady Gaga does not care about an outrageous dragon just thrashing about. It just doesn't care, because fairy type, because Pokemon logic. Anyway, so I can threaten this thing with a Moon Blast, but at this range of health I can just protect Solid to death. But what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to send in a Wish in the air, because I have a strategy plan. Now, my opponent goes for the X-Scissor. I'm like, why did you go for that? You could have gone for an Earthquake and possibly killed me, because you're at +1 and you would have done better damage. But no, my opponent decided to go for an X-Scissor, possibly thinking that I'm a flower type, grass type thing. But I'm a fairy, because Pokemon logic. And anyway, I sent my Wish in the air, which means that anything that comes in will be taking this wish. Now, for all those that saw the team briefing, I do pack Charizard with me. And that is my goal here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to send in Charizard, and provided that my opponent does not go for a Water type move, I can survive this. Now, I'm going to take horrible damage from Stealth Rocks, but my opponent decides to go for the rest. Maybe I predicted my opponent to go for a, Rapid Spin or something. My opponent decided to go for a rest. I'm like, what? He has a chest rest. Okay, that's all up to you, big guy. Not that I really care, because I have all of my HP back. And my Charizard Y is going to destroy this thing, because this is an old battle when I used to use Charizard Y. And I think it's a nice sight to see it again, so why not use this thing again? So, I'm going to go for Solar Beam, because that is what Charizard Y does when it has a Water type opponent, and it just spams Solar Beam and Heat Wave and Air Slash and just kills stuff, and that is why Charizard Y is OU. That is why it is Charizard Y. Okay, I'm going to stop it right now. So, in comes Rotom. I know this thing could be faster than me, maybe a Choice Scarf set, I'm not sure, but what we all know from this moment is that I resisted a Thunderbolt from a possible Choice Scarf Rotom set. I'm not sure, is it a Choice Scarf? I don't know, we'll never know, but I do know that I kill it with a Solar Beam, and that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps the game up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's celebration day, and I hope that your New Year's resolutions come true. I hope that your wishes come true, and everything that you guys desire comes true. Unless it's something bad, then I hope that it doesn't, because if it's bad, it shouldn't come true. We should not be selfish these days. We should, be selfless and look for others. Anyway, who am I to tell? I'm a selfish bastard anyway. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I will be seeing you guys next time. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will be narrating another battle. Goodbye.